What's going on, guys? This is Chris, here to give you an update on my progress so far. I'm about 2.5 months out. Surgery was February 18th, and today is May 7th, 2019. Just FYI, you might hear some dogs barking in the background. I'm sorry about that. It'd be kind of annoying, but I have 7 of them, so there you go. If you look, you can really see a lot of the new hair coming in on the temples, in the middle area. I was fortunate enough, at least when I was trying to count them, that I had a lot of doubles and even some triples in my grafts. So I was a little bit lucky there. Like I said, I'm 2.5 months out. The progress is better than I thought. I did have quite a bit of shedding, actually almost all of it shed. Just an FYI, guys, the shedding part is natural. It's supposed to happen. It kind of sucks because all that new hair just falls out. It didn't start till about 2.5, 3 weeks after the procedure, but it's just part of it. Shock loss, I didn't really have any shock loss. If you didn't know, shock loss is actually the damage to the native hairs when you have the transplant done because of the trauma. But apparently it's actually pretty rare. I did not have that problem, and as you can see, a lot of it is coming in pretty nicely. I'm going to post a link to my before pictures so you can kind of see where I came from. A lot of the hairs here in the middle were native hairs that never fell out, so it may look a little bit thicker in those sections just because the hair was already there. So no false advertising or anything. I don't want anyone to think that this is really coming in thick on its own. It was just mostly already there. Couple things. Post-surgery sleep is going to suck because you have to sleep upright for the first 7 to 10 days. I slept on my couch with a neck pillow to keep my head upright. No scratching your head. It's a big no-no. You don't want to dislodge those grafts, which is part of the reason you sleep upright. I would highly recommend, and I'm also going to post a link to this product, a filtered shower head. You can probably just get about any filtered shower head, but here in Texas we actually have really hard water, which is the case in most southern states. So to avoid a lot of itchiness, I would recommend getting one of those, or if you already have a water softener or filtered shower head, that's great. The other thing is too, I'm going to post some links to the products I've been using. I am on Finasteride. I've been on that since early January. Still using that. I started using Minoxidil after about 6 weeks post-surgery. I checked with the doctor's office and they said it was okay. Still wearing a hat just about every time I go outside on the weekends. You're okay to go outside in the sunshine for the first, I think, well, you shouldn't go out in the sun for an extended period of time until at least 4 to 6 months out. The doctor's office said 4 months. I should be okay. After that, I've read some doctors' blogs here in the U.S. They say at least 6 months just to be on the safe side. But I'm still wearing a hat when I go out on the weekends because I don't want to risk damaging the transplant area. Just an FYI, your scalp is going to itch probably regardless whether or not you do those other things. Just because the transplant area, when you have that nerve damage done to the donor site, and the numbness is still there, and then when that starts to go away, it tends to itch. I had a lot of that on my on the donor area back here when it started to when I started to get the feeling back from there. It was really itchy. Like really, I had to struggle. Oh, another tip, cut your nails as short as possible. It's very tempting to scratch. Right now, this part is I'm starting to get the feeling back. I'm 2.5 months out, and I'm just starting to get most of the feeling back in my scalp, and it's really starting to itch, and it takes all of my self-control to not scratch it the last thing you want to do is damage any of those new hairs that are coming in. So even right now, it's itching just by me touching it. But I think wearing a hat, at least on the weekends, kind of helps prevent me from doing that. Other thing too, just make sure you're using a good shampoo and conditioner. I did a lot of research on this. I never really considered shampoo and conditioner that important before getting the transplant. And I'll also post a link to the items I'm using. I really like what I'm using. I'm not getting sponsored or anything. I'm just letting you guys know what I've used. But a lot of the shampoos I was using historically, even the dandruff control, Head and Shoulders, that kind of thing, had a lot of chemicals in it that can actually do more damage than good. So, do your own research. Like I said, I'm not here to tell you guys to use the products I've used. I'm just letting you know they've worked for me, and I really enjoy them, as well as the supplements I've been using, Collagen and Biotin Supplement, all basically from Amazon that have really good reviews. So I'll give you guys a little bit look at the side. Now keep in mind, I've always had thin hair, and you'll see those in the before pictures. Top shot. And the back. You'll see in the before pictures, I had kind of the beginnings of the cul-de-sac going on. And I'm really pleased with how the temples are coming in. That was my major concern going into this. You can see it's all coming in very nice and thick. But anyways, I think my previous video, I stated that he designs your hairline. You get a little bit of say. I wanted him to kind of fill these in a little bit more, which I might eventually go back and do, maybe somewhere here in the States, because that won't be too expensive. But I'm actually really pleased with the hairline. He was right. I kind of wanted my hairline a little somewhere down here, like when I was 19, what it looked like. But he was right. Yeah, he's like, it's not going to look right. It's not going to look like a mature hairline, which if you guys Google that, mature hairline, it's actually a thing. You don't want your hairline to look like you were 19. If you're my age, I'm 37, so not 19 anymore. I don't need that hairline. I just need something to fill in. I think he did a pretty good job of that. Every time I look at it, each day I'm more and more pleased. I get a lot of people at work complimenting that it's really starting to come in thick now. People that haven't seen me for weeks, they kind of do a double take sometimes. They're like, oh, wow, that's really coming in thick. That looks good. And it feels really good to hear that, guys. So again, if you guys are ever thinking about getting one done and you're very hesitant about it for whatever reason, don't be. I researched 5 or 6 years before I actually got it done, and I always brushed it off. Well, I don't really need to get that done. Like, what do I care? Kind of a little bit of self-delusion there that, it is what it is, and then just let it go. Like, my dad's got the cul-de-sac, and his is way back here. And he lived with it for that long, so why should it bother me? And I just kept putting it off and putting it off. But for what amounted to it's about $4,000 total with the flight, which was about $900 of it. Totally worth it. It's such a good feeling to see the progress every day. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. But I highly endorse this clinic. I know there's a few others out there, quite a few others out there in Istanbul. But I'm very pleased with the results so far, and he's got a really good track record. Again, I'm not promoting him over anybody else because I know people have had good results with other clinics. I'm just letting you know my experience and obviously the experience I've had with the products I've used so far, and I'm very happy with the results. I'll probably be posting a video mid-July, early to mid-July, to give you guys an update. So hopefully at the 4 to 5 month mark, I should have more progress. So again, if you guys have any other questions about any of it, I mean anything, the travel part of it, and I've already expressed in my other video how I feel about that airport, and getting around Turkey, the procedure itself, the hotel, anything, just let me know. I know it's a little bit daunting researching a lot of this, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking. But again, I highly recommend it. Don't be afraid to do it. I know you see a lot of videos of these guys from his clinic doing interviews with his background, and they professionally shoot those, and it's a little bit hard to believe every one of them because obviously they just got it done and the doctor's sitting right there and they're promoting their own business. But take it from me, I've had it done. They don't even know I'm making these videos, so I'm just telling you guys, for me it was worth it. But again, let me know if you got any questions, and I will see you guys in a couple months.